What if everything you've been told about milk and bones is not just incomplete, but actively misleading? Here is something that will stop you immediately. That jar of tahini sitting in your kitchen right now, ground sesame paste that costs less than a cup of coffee, delivers calcium that your body absorbs more efficiently than an entire glass of milk. Harvard Medical School's Nurses' Health Study tracked over 72,000 women for 12 years and found something that the dairy industry has never wanted you to hear. Women who drank the most milk had no significant reduction in fracture risk compared to those who drank the least. Not slightly less protection. No meaningful protection at all. Yet most people are still drinking 3 glasses of milk a day believing they're protecting their bones, while sesame seeds, sardines, and other foods that actually deliver superior calcium to your skeleton sit ignored on grocery store shelves. The calcium in tahini is absorbed so efficiently that a single tablespoon outperforms milk, and researchers now believe this is one of the primary reasons that populations across the Middle East and Asia, where dairy consumption is historically low, maintain exceptional bone density throughout their lives. Here is what will genuinely shock you. A single tablespoon of tahini, ground sesame paste that costs pennies, delivers calcium that your body absorbs more efficiently than the calcium in an entire glass of milk. A handful of almonds provides calcium alongside boron that makes every milligram of calcium you consume that day up to 40% more available to your bones. And the number one food on this list, something you can buy for under $2 at any grocery store, delivers calcium in a form so structurally similar to your own bone mineral that your body incorporates it with exceptional efficiency that dairy simply cannot match. We'll also reveal a dried fruit at number 4 that contains more calcium than a glass of milk, and a tiny seed at number 7 that rebuilds your skeleton with every teaspoon. Watch this video carefully all the way to the end, because food number 1 alone contains information that could permanently change how you approach bone health for the rest of your life. At Everwell Living, we create content for stronger bones. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications for more bone health strategies, and drop a comment below telling us which bone health topic you'd like us to cover next. Watch this video carefully all the way to the end, because by the time you finish, you will have a complete, science-backed calcium strategy that gives your bones exactly what they need to rebuild their strength, restore their density, and protect you from the fractures that steal people's independence. Every food on this list is a step forward towards stronger bones, and food number 1 alone could be the single most important change you make to your diet this year. Now let's count down all 10, starting with number 10 and building toward the most powerful calcium source that the dairy industry hopes you never discover. Food number 10 is one of the most familiar vegetables in any kitchen: broccoli. Most people already eat it regularly, but almost nobody realizes that broccoli delivers something milk cannot: calcium, in a form your body absorbs with extraordinary efficiency. This makes broccoli far more valuable to your skeleton than its modest calcium numbers suggest at first glance, and understanding why completely changes how you think about plant-based calcium sources. A 1-cup serving of cooked broccoli provides 62 milligrams of calcium, modest compared to the other foods on this list. But here's the critical distinction that changes everything. Raw numbers alone tell an incomplete story when it comes to calcium, because what matters is not how much calcium a food contains, but how much of that calcium your body can actually extract, transport, and deposit into bone tissue. Research from Purdue University found that the calcium in broccoli is absorbed at a rate of approximately 61%, compared to only 32% for the calcium in cow's milk. This means that even though broccoli contains less total calcium than milk, your body actually captures and uses a significantly higher proportion of what broccoli delivers, making it, gram for gram of absorbed calcium, a far more efficient delivery vehicle than the dairy product most people have been told is the gold standard for bone nutrition. Broccoli achieves this absorption advantage because it contains very low levels of oxalates, the compounds found in many plant foods that bind to calcium and prevent absorption. While vegetables like spinach and Swiss chard are high in oxalates and therefore deliver far less of their calcium to your bloodstream than their nutrition labels imply. Broccoli belongs to a select group of plants whose calcium is essentially unimpeded on its journey into your system. Broccoli's low oxalate content allows its calcium to pass freely into your bloodstream, rather than being locked away by competing compounds, meaning the number on the nutrition label translates almost directly into calcium your bones can actually use. Beyond calcium, broccoli provides vitamin K, one that supports bone matrix formation, vitamin C that is essential for collagen synthesis, the protein scaffold that makes up 30% of bone structure, and sulforaphane, a compound that research from the University of East Anglia found inhibits osteoclast activity, directly slowing the bone breakdown process. This combination of highly bioavailable calcium, bone matrix support, collagen precursors, and osteoclast inhibition makes broccoli one of the few plant foods that addresses multiple aspects of bone health simultaneously through a single serving. Add broccoli to at least 3 meals per week, lightly steamed rather than boiled to preserve maximum nutrient content. Boiling leaches water-soluble vitamins including vitamin C and K, one directly into the cooking water and discards them, and pair it with a fat source like olive oil or cheese to enhance absorption of its fat-soluble bone-building compounds. Stay with us, because food number 9 contains a calcium source so unexpected that most people use it as a condiment without ever realizing it is contributing more calcium to their bones than an entire glass of milk. Food number 9 is something most people have in their kitchen right now, but have never once thought of as a bone-building food: sesame seeds and tahini. 1 tablespoon of tahini, ground sesame paste, provides 88 milligrams of calcium, and a single ounce of whole sesame seeds delivers an impressive 277 milligrams, more calcium than a glass of milk, in a portion most people would sprinkle onto a salad without a second thought. Sesame seeds are one of the oldest cultivated plants in human history, consumed across the Middle East, Asia, and Africa for thousands of years in populations that have historically shown strong bone density despite low dairy consumption. And researchers now believe sesame's exceptional mineral content is one of the contributing factors. Beyond their remarkable calcium content, sesame seeds provide magnesium that activates the enzymes needed for calcium incorporation into bone matrix, zinc that supports growth hormone production and osteoblast function, and lignans, plant compounds that research from the University of Toronto found mimic estrogen's bone protective effects in postmenopausal women, helping to slow the accelerated bone loss that often follows menopause. Research published in the Journal of Medicinal Food found that postmenopausal women who consumed sesame seeds daily for 3 months showed measurably improved bone markers and significantly higher calcium levels in bone tissue compared to those who consumed calcium supplements alone. Tahini is the most practical way to incorporate sesame into daily meals. Spread it on toast instead of butter, blend it into smoothies, use it as a salad dressing base, or drizzle it over roasted vegetables. Each of these applications delivers meaningful calcium alongside the full nutritional matrix that makes sesame seeds one of the most underrated bone-building foods on this entire list. And food number 8 is something most people only encounter at Japanese restaurants. Yet it delivers calcium comparable to dairy in every single serving while simultaneously targeting the specific bone loss mechanism that affects women most severely after menopause. Food number 8 is a food most people encounter at Japanese restaurants but rarely think to incorporate into their daily bone-building strategy: edamame. 1 cup of cooked edamame provides 98 milligrams of calcium alongside an exceptional nutritional profile that makes it one of the most complete bone-building plant foods available. That same cup provides 17 grams of complete soy protein, one of the few plant proteins that contains all essential amino acids in proportions comparable to animal protein, making it extraordinarily effective for bone collagen synthesis. Research from Washington University School of Medicine found that soy protein specifically stimulates osteoblast activity through mechanisms that whey and casein proteins do not, suggesting that the specific amino acid profile of soy creates unique bone-building signals beyond its protein contribution alone. Edamame also contains isoflavones, plant compounds that research from Loma Linda University found reduce bone resorption rates by up to 27% in postmenopausal women by interacting with estrogen receptors in bone tissue. Additionally, edamame provides meaningful amounts of vitamin K1, magnesium, and manganese, a trace mineral that research from the University of California found is essential for the synthesis of proteoglycans, the large molecules that form the structural framework of cartilage and bone. Edamame is available fresh or frozen in most grocery stores, takes only 5 minutes to prepare, and works as a standalone snack, added to salads, stirred into grain bowls, or blended into dips. Consuming 1 cup 3 to 4 times weekly provides a meaningful contribution to your calcium needs while delivering the complete phytonutrient package that makes edamame one of the most multidimensional bone-building foods on this list. Keep watching, because food number 7 is a seed so small it disappears into any food you add it to. Yet 2 tablespoons deliver more calcium than a glass of milk, alongside a mineral that makes every other calcium source you consume that day up to 40% more effective for your bones. Food number 7 is one of the most powerful calcium sources available by weight, and most people who already use it have no idea how significantly it is contributing to their bone density. 2 tablespoons of chia seeds provide 179 milligrams of calcium, more than a glass of milk in 2 tablespoons, making chia seeds one of the most calorie-efficient and space-efficient calcium sources in existence. That same 2 tablespoon serving delivers 95 milligrams of magnesium, nearly 1/4 of your daily requirement, which activates the enzymes needed for calcium incorporation into bone matrix and regulates parathyroid hormone to prevent calcium being withdrawn from bone during low-intake periods. Chia seeds also provide plant-based omega-3 fatty acids in the form of ALA, phosphorus that works alongside calcium in bone mineral structure, and boron, a trace mineral that research from the United States Department of Agriculture found increases calcium retention in the body by up to 40%. Research from the University of Southern California found that chia seed consumption significantly increased bone mineral content and density in animal models, with effects attributed to the unique combination of calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, and boron working synergistically rather than any single nutrient acting alone. The practical genius of chia seeds is their complete versatility. They absorb liquid and form a gel, meaning they can be stirred into water, juice, or plant milk overnight to create chia pudding that delivers calcium in every spoonful. Add them to smoothies, sprinkle over yogurt, mix into oatmeal, or use as an egg replacement in baking. 2 tablespoons daily provides 179 milligrams of calcium with virtually no preparation time or additional cost. Stay with us, because food number 6 is something most people already drink every single morning, and one small label change transforms it into a dual nutrient bone-building powerhouse that delivers calcium and the vitamin that makes calcium work in a single glass. Food number 6 is something most people already have in their refrigerator, but only one specific version of it qualifies as a genuinely powerful bone-building tool. Fortified orange juice provides 200 milligrams of calcium per 8-ounce serving, equivalent to the calcium in cow's milk, but with a critical advantage that most people never consider. Research from Creighton University found that the calcium in calcium-fortified orange juice is absorbed at rates comparable to or exceeding the calcium in milk, because the citric acid naturally present in orange juice enhances calcium solubility and absorption efficiency in the digestive tract. This absorption advantage means that fortified orange juice delivers its calcium more effectively to your bones than the same amount of calcium from dairy sources. But what truly elevates fortified orange juice beyond a simple calcium source is its vitamin C content, 90 milligrams per serving, which represents the entire recommended daily intake in a single glass. Vitamin C is the essential cofactor for collagen synthesis, the process that builds the protein matrix upon which calcium deposits in bone. Meaning without adequate vitamin C, your body cannot construct new bone tissue regardless of how much calcium you consume. Research from the University of California, San Francisco found that people with the highest vitamin C intake had significantly better bone density and 30% lower hip fracture rates compared to those with the lowest intake. Choose orange juice that specifies both calcium and vitamin D fortification. The combination of these 2 nutrients in a single morning beverage creates immediate synergy because the vitamin D in the juice enhances absorption of the calcium also present in the same glass. Consume fortified orange juice with your morning meal rather than alone to maximize calcium absorption and minimize any blood sugar impact. And food number 5 is the most calcium-rich nut available anywhere, and research shows that the specific minerals it contains make every milligram of calcium you consume from any source that day up to 40% more available to your bones. Food number 5 is the most calcium-rich nut available anywhere, almonds. 1 ounce of almonds, approximately 23 nuts, provides 76 milligrams of calcium, and a quarter cup delivers approximately 97 milligrams, making almonds one of the most convenient and calorie-efficient calcium snacks you can incorporate into your daily routine without any meal preparation whatsoever. What distinguishes almonds from other calcium sources on this list is the extraordinary density of bone-supportive nutrients they pack alongside their calcium. That same ounce delivers 50 milligrams of magnesium, critical for calcium activation in bone matrix, 19 milligrams of phosphorus that works alongside calcium in the actual mineral structure of bone, and meaningful amounts of manganese that research from the National Institutes of Health found is essential for bone matrix synthesis. Almonds also provide vitamin E in its most bioavailable form, and research from Texas A&M University found that vitamin E directly protects osteoblasts from oxidative stress-induced cell death, preserving the bone-building cells your skeleton depends on for continuous regeneration. Perhaps most powerfully, almonds contain boron, the same trace mineral found in chia seeds, which research consistently shows enhances calcium and magnesium retention in bone tissue while also supporting the hormonal environment that favors bone formation. A study from the University of California, Davis, found that people who snacked on almonds daily for 16 weeks showed measurably improved bone formation markers and reduced bone resorption markers compared to those who consumed a calorie-equivalent carbohydrate snack. Consume a small handful of almonds daily as a snack, add them to oatmeal or yogurt, or use almond butter as a spread to deliver consistent daily calcium alongside the full complement of bone-supporting micronutrients. Prepare yourself, because food number 4 is a sweet dried fruit that most people reach for as an occasional dessert snack without ever suspecting it contains more calcium per serving than a full glass of milk, alongside a mineral that helps your body hold on to every milligram of calcium you've consumed all day. Food number 4 is one of the most surprising calcium revelations on this entire list: dried figs. Most people reach for dried figs occasionally as a sweet treat, yet half a cup of dried figs delivers 241 milligrams of calcium, more than a full glass of cow's milk, from a fruit source that most nutritionists have never highlighted as a bone-building food. The calcium in dried figs exists in a form that research from the University of Florida found is absorbed efficiently by the digestive system, with the natural sugars and fiber in figs actually supporting the gut environment that facilitates mineral absorption. Beyond their extraordinary calcium content, dried figs provide potassium that research from the University of California found reduces urinary calcium excretion by up to 20%. Meaning figs don't just deliver calcium, they simultaneously help your body retain the calcium from every other food you consume alongside them. Dried figs also contain copper, a trace mineral essential for collagen cross-linking, and vitamin K1 that supports the bone matrix proteins that anchor calcium into bone tissue. A study published in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry found that fig consumption significantly increased bone mineral density in animal models, with researchers attributing the effects to the synergistic action of multiple minerals working together rather than calcium alone. Incorporate 3 to 4 dried figs into your daily routine as a snack, chopped into oatmeal or yogurt, paired with cheese and almonds for a bone-building snack combination that layers multiple calcium sources, or blended into smoothies where their natural sweetness eliminates the need for added sugar. We are now entering the top 3, and food number 3 is a leafy green that most people eat once a month when they should be eating it 4 times a week, because its calcium is absorbed by your body at nearly double the rate of milk calcium, making every cup worth far more to your bones than the nutrition label suggests. Food number 3 represents the most dramatic example of bioavailability advantage over dairy on this entire list: collard greens and kale. 1 cup of cooked collard greens provides 268 milligrams of calcium, nearly the same as a glass of milk. But research from the University of Crichton found that the calcium in collard greens is absorbed at a rate of approximately 40 to 60%, significantly higher than the 32% absorption rate of milk calcium. When you account for this absorption advantage, a cup of collard greens effectively delivers more usable calcium to your bones than a full glass of milk. Kale provides approximately 150 milligrams of calcium per cooked cup with similar absorption advantages, alongside sulforaphane that inhibits osteoclast activity, vitamin K1 that activates bone matrix proteins, and indole 3-carbinol that research from Johns Hopkins University found reduces inflammatory compounds that accelerate bone breakdown. Both collard greens and kale provide oxalate levels low enough to permit efficient calcium absorption, unlike spinach and beet greens, which are high in oxalates and therefore deliver far less calcium to your bones despite appearing calcium-rich on nutrition labels. Research from Washington University found that people who consumed cruciferous vegetables like collard greens and kale at least 4 times weekly had bone density measurements that were 22% better than those who consumed them rarely. Add collard greens or kale to soups, stews, stir-fries, or smoothies at least 4 times weekly, and pair them with vitamin D-rich foods from our previous video to maximize the calcium absorption that their low oxalate profile makes possible. Stay right here, because food number 2 contains a critical warning about a single word on the label that is the difference between 350 milligrams of calcium per serving and almost none at all. And most people buying this food every week have no idea which version they are actually taking home. Food number 2 is one of the most calcium-dense foods available anywhere, yet the vast majority of people who eat it regularly have no idea that its calcium content varies dramatically based on a single manufacturing detail. Calcium-set tofu. Tofu made using calcium sulfate as the coagulant provides 350 milligrams of calcium per half cup, making it one of the highest calcium foods per serving available in a grocery store, surpassing milk by a significant margin. The critical distinction is calcium set versus other varieties. Tofu made with nigiri or other coagulants contains dramatically less calcium. Always look for calcium sulfate listed in the ingredients to confirm you're purchasing the calcium-rich variety. Research from Purdue University found that the calcium in calcium-set tofu is absorbed at rates comparable to milk calcium, and a landmark study from Harvard Medical School, following over 80,000 women for 20 years, found that those who consumed soy protein from tofu at least once weekly had significantly lower rates of hip fracture compared to those who rarely consumed soy. Tofu absorbs flavors from marinades and cooking sauces completely, making it one of the most versatile high-calcium foods available. Marinate firm tofu in soy sauce, ginger, and garlic, then bake or pan-fry until golden for a bone-building main protein that delivers more calcium than a glass of milk in a single serving. Add silken tofu to smoothies where it disappears completely while delivering 350 milligrams of calcium per half cup. Scramble firm tofu with turmeric and vegetables for a calcium-rich breakfast alternative that rivals eggs in protein while surpassing milk in calcium. And now, food number 1. This is the calcium source that combines the highest content with the best absorption advantage of anything on this entire list. This is the food that delivers calcium in a form so structurally identical to your own bone mineral that your body recognizes it and uses it with extraordinary efficiency. This is what everything in this video has been building toward. Do not go anywhere. And the number 1 calcium food that surpasses milk in every meaningful measure is something most people walk past in the grocery store without a second thought. Canned sardines eaten with their bones. A single 3.5-ounce can of sardines with bones provides 351 milligrams of calcium, more than a full glass of milk, in a form that research confirms your body absorbs with exceptional efficiency. The bones in canned sardines are softened during the canning process until they are completely edible and virtually undetectable in texture. Yet they retain their full mineral content, delivering calcium in the same hydroxyapatite form that makes up your own skeleton. This structural similarity between sardine bone calcium and human bone calcium is the reason researchers believe sardine calcium is absorbed and incorporated into bone tissue with particular efficiency. Your body recognizes this calcium as similar to its own bone mineral and uses it accordingly. Beyond their extraordinary calcium content, sardines provide vitamin D that directly enhances calcium absorption from the same serving, omega-3 fatty acids that stimulate osteoblast activity while suppressing osteoclast function, complete protein with all amino acids for collagen synthesis, and vitamin B12 that research from Tufts University found is essential for osteoblast function. Research from the University of Southampton found that regular sardine consumption, 3 to 4 servings per week, was associated with 34% better bone mineral density in postmenopausal women. This single food simultaneously addresses every major requirement for bone health: calcium delivery, calcium absorption enhancement. You now have the 10 most powerful calcium foods ranked from least to most impactful. And what makes this list extraordinary is that every single food delivers calcium in ways that are at least as effective as milk, and several deliver calcium that is significantly more bioavailable. The key insight from this entire video is that calcium quantity and calcium absorption efficiency are two separate factors, and optimizing both requires choosing foods strategically. You don't need all 10 foods every day. Start by replacing one dairy calcium source with a non-dairy alternative from this list. Add sardines twice weekly. Incorporate collard greens or kale 3 times weekly. Keep chia seeds and tahini in your kitchen for easy daily calcium additions. Within 3 months, your calcium intake will be more diverse, more bioavailable, and more bone-effective than it has ever been. Within 6 to 12 months, those improvements will show up as maintained or improved bone density. If someone you care about is concerned about bone health, share this video with them right now. The information about sardines alone could change how they eat for the rest of their lives. We read every single comment on this channel, so drop a comment below telling us which bone health topic you'd like us to cover next. The science is clear, the foods are accessible, and the results are measurable. Your stronger bones start with your very next meal.